right, people. Today's video is going to be about how to travel light. And that makes it so much easier to do everything while you're traveling because you can handle your own stuff, even solo, in bus terminals, airports, walking to your apartment when there isn't a road. Sometimes taxi can only get you so close. So stay tuned. You might learn some useful life skills. I'm going to start off with just the clothing that I wear, the gear that I carry to stay warm, and how I pack it. I only have two cotton items, a tank top and a t-shirt that shamelessly supports my current outpost on the Ocoee River, that being Ocoee Water Sports. I only bought two shirts. I got a blue shirt here, football shirt for the national team of Ecuador, and I'm wearing the yellow one that you saw in the intro. Here I have three of my long sleeve, quick dry river shirts. I lost just about all my clothes in the great flood of Helene in 2024, back September 27th, so that's about all I got left. Here's one of my guide pants for going to places like the hot springs or playing water. Here's my base layers, a very thin pair of long johns and a medium pair, and a nice top that's kind of almost on the heavy side. It can be layered up with my other things. I would not be wearing cotton if I was wearing these because that would defeat the purpose. Cotton holds water. It'll get you cold. That's why I said that giving cotton to people after Helene was a really bad idea, and it was. I have convertible pants, 3 pairs. These are in the short configuration. The green ones have the legs on them, and this it's the legs from the current pair I'm wearing. You can see the ones for the khaki pants I just showed you. In addition, I have real wool socks. They are not cotton. And I believe I have 3 pairs of them. I have 5 total pairs of quick dry underwear. Of course, I'm wearing one of them. I have a quick dry towel. This thing works really good. It dries pretty fast. Now, all the clothes I just showed you will fit into this compression sack, which in turn will go into this Watershed Chatooga bag, which will fit under any seat in an airplane. I've flown through several Latin American countries and it's worked. It's also handy to carry on the bus. Additionally, I have a small cap for using in the hot springs. My worn out bush hat is really trashed. It will be retired after this trip, but it's still preventing sunburn for now. An important tip, I have this travel jacket, which does work. It's kind of a light rain jacket. If you get rained on long, it will soak through, unfortunately. But it has many pockets inside that you can put your electronics and other things. It's almost like an extra carry-on. I highly recommend it, and it also makes it go a lot quicker going through security. Any electronics that you think that TSA might want a closer look or foreign equivalents thereof, especially if you're on a U.S. flight, this is an excellent way to make it faster. It's quick and easy to get anything in it. I try to make sure there's nothing in this bag that needs to be dug through. The other bag I will get to later. I only carry 2 bags while traveling. This fleece is heavier than the one it replaced because I lost 2 of my 3/4 pullovers. I really miss them. I will probably buy another one this summer. It packs down a lot easier. This one does have its place. This was really nice down in Patagonia for helping keep me warm. And I got some water shoes that double as sneakers that are relatively acceptable in social settings. Of course, I lost all my button shirts, so that really didn't matter. Here's a real raincoat. This one won't soak through, and it has nice vents in the underarms and other places that will allow you not to sweat too bad. This will get rolled up and put into my backpack, as will this fleece, because there's not room otherwise. They don't compact really well. And I think that about wraps up the clothing. If you got a question, leave it in the comments. Having 3 pairs of pants, 5 underwear is almost overkill, honestly. 3 long sleeve shirts, almost enough to get by the whole time. But you know, you might need something. If you're going down to Patagonia, you might need a warm layer or 2. Another very important item, the clothesline. might need that. And here's 2 regular belts, one light one and one more utility. I usually use this one when I'm guiding to hold up my guide pants and not chafe me. I almost neglected I have 2 more bags that contain meds and first aid kit, even including some personal protection gear. There's another bag. I showed you the Watershed bag, which is waterproof, which is wonderful. So I can put it down like in a bathroom with a wet floor. Yeah, I have encountered those. I can put it down and then stack my backpack on top of it. The backpack is somewhat water resistant, but it's not waterproof like the Watershed bag. Now I'm going to show you the backpack and what I'm putting in it. Here's my trusty 8-year-old Pacsafe bag. It actually has some wire protective in here for slashing. You can feel the steel cables in there, just anti-slashing, so it makes it hard for somebody to try to cut your bag open and relieve you of the contents, especially if you're carrying it on your back. Also has a way to lock the zippers of both compartments. This compartment can hold a laptop and some other goodies. There's the main compartment and a zippered bag inside of it. And these are the items that are going to go on and in it. On the on standard, my trusty Astro water shoes that look like sneakers, they'll go on the outside, and this water bottle will too. Of course, I'll have to make sure it's drained before I get to the airport. Then if you're flying on Latin American airlines, or those you go to Europe, it's always handy to have a scale to know if you're playing by the rules so you can split your weight up between your 2 bags to get under the limits. I travel light. It's usually not a big deal. Now, for what goes inside. First off, I have some business cards. These are really handy because they have WhatsApp on it, so that when I meet people in Latin America, I can easily give them my WhatsApp number. Here's a weather cover for the backpack. This keeps the rain out because eventually it will seep through the zippers, even though it's water resistant, but this will make it a lot more water resistant, almost waterproof. Selfie stick. I don't use that as often as you might think, but it comes in really handy and has, even on this trip and some of the videos. Okay, in this bag goes in some personal care items, shaver, my toothbrush, sonic toothbrush, it's in the bathroom. Here's a filter for filtering water. This will not necessarily protect you from protozoa. Giardia. Okay, I butchered that. I'm stuck between 2 languages. You can still get sick using these, but it'll help cut out some things. You find miscellaneous things, some replacement brush heads, a manual toothbrush just in case all else fails, some floss, and some sun protection. All that goes in this bag. I think that's all that belongs in that one. I could have something that I'll find later. Where I have room for improvement, I have way too many USB cables. I only need 2 styles. I need at least one C2C for the computer and another C2C for my charger / 6-foot long extension cord. I had a 12-footer, but I lost it in the flood during Helene. You also see my power supply for my laptop. So here's my laptop and my mouse. Got some earbuds, hard drive, USB multi-port, so I can plug in more hard drives, or in this case, I've been using this one to connect to my phone to download videos that I'm making. And all that will go into the backpack, as I previously mentioned. Back to what I was saying. I have way too many damn cables. These 3 items have got to go because they require USB mini, and I don't want to carry any more cables. I actually have more of those than I have devices. That was an oversight, or I've lost something that I've since forgotten about. Here's my adapters so that I can use local power. The power ranges from 100 volt to 250 volt. All my electronics and goodies I'm carrying are capable of using anything between 100 volt and 250 volt. So I have a long USB to USB-C cable here. This is important for riding on buses and occasionally airplanes. You can charge your phone using that and amuse yourself or edit videos, I don't know. A medium-sized one, not sure I really need that. And here's some short ones. I have 3 C2Cs. I really don't need that many. This one has adapters on it so it can be converted into USB to C, so I might be able to reduce the number of cables I'm carrying and eliminate some of these USB to USB-C cables with these availabilities to adapters. Have some hard drives that have wrapping footage for making ads with. A new hard drive, it's a pretty big one there. It's several terabyte, I forget. That one's my future backup. All the electronic cables and such are going in here. I additionally also have a couple of battery banks, power banks, if you will, and those will use these cables also. Those generally do not ride in the backpack. They and a few cables will go into the pockets of my travel jacket. And here's my travel jacket. We'll cover that later. Final bag that's going inside of the backpack, it has lens cleaners. It's a really cheap camcorder thing. That thing does not shoot the greatest video, but it's really cheap and disposable, and you can use it in very bad neighborhood and have no fear if something happens to it. And thanks to my friend John Ward, I have this nifty mic kit so I can get better sound. I don't always need that, but sometimes it comes in really handy. And with the windscreens, it can really block out a lot of wind noise, so I don't have to do as much post-production editing to clean up the sound. Then I have my GoPros. I have 12 and I have a 7, I think this is with me. It could be a 6. I have 3 GoPros, I think, still post-flood. I might have lost one, be down to 2, I don't know. ND filters, these are for the older style GoPro. The newer one I do not have ND filters for. I'm not sure where I put them at the moment. I might be fibbing. I haven't had the need to use those lately. 2 tripods, mini tripods. These all go in here. This has a little bit of weight, but not too much. That is pretty much everything that's going into the backpack. And while this isn't a lot of bulk, it does add some weight, especially when the water bottle is full. That adds another 2 pounds or so. It's at least 1 liter. It might be a little bigger, I forget. But you can't carry water on the plane, or if you can, in the United States, you got to fill it up at the gate. Generally speaking, flying from Latin America to the United States, they do not like you having water in any bottles, and you'll just have to hydrate before you get on the plane. Finally, the travel jacket. Here's my larger power bank. This is right at the limit for TSA. Here's a smaller one. This one's great for carrying your pocket on day trips. It's not as heavy. Here's some headphones so I can listen to the entertainment system on the plane, as I lost my trusty old noise canceling headphones. I may replace those. For the meantime, these will work. The earbuds will not. Here's charging cable for using on buses and on airplanes. Additionally, I've shown you my extension cord. If there's an AC plug, that would work too. I also have a long C2C with it, just in case I get on a modernish plane or something has a C port, USB-C, I can go C2C and charge faster. This will go in the front pocket, probably with this power bank. That said, there is a C2C cable in the jacket, so it can run from this power bank in the front pocket and charge my phone, which will go into this one. Passport go right into this pocket. Also a place for an ID card. In my case, it's another passport, but it's a passport card. So I have multiple types of U.S. identification in case there's any hassle at the border. And then here's my beater phone that I bought a couple years ago back in Ecuador. The glass is cracked. I dropped it shortly after purchasing it, but it's a great one to get rid of. And if you put a little money clip with some small bills with it, it's a great distraction if you were to get yourself in a pickle somewhere. That pretty much rounds up everything I travel with, and that was good enough to go for over 5 months, say 6 months. I've gone 7 months with this much stuff before. Less is more, because it's a hassle even hauling this. I am going to work it down where I have even less stuff to carry in the future. All right, so this pretty much wraps up this video about packing light and the things I carry in my extended travels down in Latin America. If you have suggestions or questions, leave them down in the comments. You know what to do. Like the video, share, maybe send a donation or come rafting with me to help keep this channel going. And stay tuned for my personal commercial about rafting coming next. The best way to support this channel is to come rafting. Yeah!
Big hit!
You'll have fun. You'll probably come back for more. Oh yeah, and I almost left out one other thing. In addition to buying 2 football shirts, soccer shirts, for the national team of Ecuador, I have also bought a kilo of some really good local coffee from one of my favorite parts of Ecuador. So that's it. Stay tuned for the next video.